Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. My name is DFree. Here today in this video, we do have some gameplay of the upcoming Extreme Z Awakened Kid Buu. So this guy is phenomenal. He got a very, very big update. So we're going to talk about that here today, but I do want to give a huge shout out to Hydros. Of course, if you guys want to check out the man's content, link will be down below in the description. These days, he's helped me out with a lot of my content as far as like thumbnails and all that stuff goes. So huge shout out. In this video, he did supply the content here for the video as well. So I'm just going to be commentating over this, and then otherwise, whenever the EZA does come out officially, I'll be doing my own gameplay, and we'll try to maneuver with the Kid Buu and see different scenarios that he's good in. So if you guys enjoy this content, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of this type of thing. We will have one of these going up for the Goku as well, who also did get an EZA. But courtesy of Talon and my FGC over on Twitter, we know exactly what this Buu does. So his passive skill, EZA changes for passive and the super attack. So he has two different changes. So the passive is if HP is 80% or above, everyone gets 2 ki and 50% attack and defense. And if HP is 79% or below, he gets 30% attack and defense to everybody. So here's what they did. So in my video recently, I talked about how Kid Buu, and by the way, for this video, the first few phases, I told him to let Kid Buu kind of just float and kind of let Kid Buu be in the spot where he can show off how well of a support he is alongside the other units, right? So particular thing to pay attention to in this setup is the attack stat of the Golden Frieza. Like, it'll probably be well over 2 million, never mind. We'll have to come back to that. But yeah, for the first few rounds, we're going to let that guy just kind of float a little bit, and then I'll have him on the main rotation alongside Bojack. But if you guys saw the video I did not too long ago, I said, hey, what they need to do with this Kid Buu is, if they give him the opportunity to be a key support type unit, that's really all he needs, right? So they acknowledged that he needed that just because his key links are so horrendously bad. And we're going to talk about the leader skill in a moment if you're wondering. But anyways, what they did do is they also acknowledged that his passive boost was so insanely powerful. 50% unrestricted is so powerful that they let him keep it. They didn't reduce his restriction, but to make up for that, if you do happen to dip too low on HP, you get a more average boost. 30% is still really, really good, but you know, and of course they don't stack because they're different requirements. But 30% is more of a normal thing, right? So keep that in mind. So that I'm okay with this. Some people are gonna find this underwhelming. It's just like the Frieza, man. You know, Frieza was too good, and his Extreme Z Awakened was underwhelming, right? So this is perfectly fine with me. By the way, if I sound sick still, forgive me. I am congested. So for the leader skill, all types get 3 ki, 50% defense and HP, and then up to 80% of an attack increase. So the higher the HP remaining, the more attack he gets. So it's pretty interesting. You know, at max HP, he's offering 80% attack to all the units that would be with him. Otherwise, he breaks down separately. So not a bad leader skill. I don't know why they felt the need to restrict him too much. Yeah, I guess. But all in all, though, mainly, of course, his passive. So on this setup, we're going to see his passive. Look at the stats. 155,000 defense for Bojack. And then 100,000 for Frieza. That's the most telling way to look at this, too, is this the HP stat and all that stuff. Of course, you know the way Bojack, he works with getting more defense versus attack and stuff like that with more or less HP for the most part. 2.2 million attack, not even the Ultra Super. So really we're going to look at Frieza here, though. Like I said, Frieza's attack might still hit over 2 million, but it was definitely, 2.3. My bad. On that first setup, the Frieza's attack stat was probably well over like 2.6 million. That first time where Metacooler finished him off. That's really interesting, man. I mean, typical Transcendent URs, like I pointed out a lot more now that I'm putting a lot more focus on the attack stat for you guys in these videos. Typically, the Dokkan Fest units, their attack stats are between 1.5 to 2 million, you know, in the best case scenarios. And if they have support, of course, like Frieza just did here, they obviously can transcend that. But that is really good. That's really, really, really good. His attack was insanely high. And for relevance, or for comparison, it actually took a Rainbow LR Goku Black in one of my recent showcases, freaking 4.6 million, a Rainbow Goku Black STR type linked with the LR with also having the new West Supreme Kai 40% support on rotation to hit 2.2 million attack. And that was barely 2.2. And Frieza was well over 2.3. So, like, things like that, you know, that's things to pay attention to. So, on this setup, we're going to have Bojack again getting the job done. I think from here, he's going to have Kid Buu on the main set. Again, the reason why I told him to float the Kid Buu just a little bit, you know, for a few rotations was just because it's important to show the way that Kid Buu is able to support the other units as well. Because in a real game scenario, like if you were using Kid Buu, in most scenarios, he goes in that last spot. Now, if you guys didn't see my team build guide for STR Super Buu, I'll leave that down below in the description. But, you know, one of the things I talked about in that video was the way that the Kid Buu spot for that team can change. First and foremost, shout out to this guy for actually being very close to a super attack just because of the key. So I think this is the last time he's going to float him, by the way. And from here, he should be on rotation if things work out the way that I think I told him to. But the Kid Buu spot on the team, right? Obviously, I was like, yeah, Int gets this spot for now, but it's very, very possible that the EZA for physical is very, very good and too good to pass up. Now, the thing about a lot of villains these days, like this Frieza, Android 21, a lot of you villains have either defensive viability, that in a lot of scenarios is probably just better than the heroes, right? Or they have healing or things like that. So it shouldn't be too hard to maintain that above 80% restriction on this Kid Buu anymore. And then, of course, if he's not doing that, it's still not too bad. He's fine. He's useful as opposed to being useless prior to that. So I honestly think that this Kid Buu, you know, the situations are different. They don't have the exact same utility. But I think that almost in every single scenario, I'd be more used to taking this unit as opposed to the Int one or the AGL one by far. Mainly the Int one, right? Because the Int one does heal you, but he doesn't have any defense. His key links are really, really bad, and he has no way to patch for that unless he has some sort of key support. He's always had that problem. And then he also just, you know, he hits hard, but he's not adding anything else to your team versus having a unit who doesn't heal, yes. But you also potentially have other units that heal well enough, so it doesn't matter anyway. You see this team here, they're literally not even dipping on HP, by the way. Like, they're literally at 100% HP the whole time. Of course, full rainbow team, so not the best example of something like that, but I get my, you know, my point. So yeah, I think that this is pretty much the best Kid Buu, and in too many scenarios. Again, they don't have the exact same utility, but the offense that this unit will generate for the entire rotation, alongside the insane amount of defense the whole rotation gets, it's too good to pass up. So if you have this unit and you've been reluctant to like 100% him, do not hesitate. Like, he's too good. He's really, really good. So 5.3 million attack there. Obviously, that was a Dokkan attack. So Kid Buu is here alongside Bojack, which is the main rotation I told him that I wanted to see. I want to see Kid Buu alongside Bojack, so don't float him anymore. I think he's doing it again. We'll see. We'll see. Put Kid Buu first slot. First spot. First spot. There you go. Do it. Oh, man. All right, so the Int Orb there. Bojack will barely get a super, but he'll get it. Now, we are up against Hirudegarn. So, unfortunately, you guys know the meme, Dodge Master. By the way, shout out to Kid Buu for literally only taking double digits. This unit is solid defensively, like himself, just because he gives himself the stat gain too. And of course, being one of those units that has that premium potential system boost does not hurt, right? So he's getting that premium potential system boost, so he's really, really well off defensively. Additional attack, will you literally dodge everything? Yep, he will. Okay. All right, Hirudegarn. All right, Hirudegarn. Hopefully we don't have to deal with this too long with Hirudegarn's memes. But the Tech Frieza is here. I was going to say, yeah, it needs to be in the first spot and just sacrifice his super attack. Because Tech might be able to almost one-shot from this range. I don't know if that's the best representation, but I don't know. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think about like the Kid Buu, if you've been paying attention to the attack stat and all that stuff. Again, by the way, huge shout out to Hydros for the content, the gameplay. Also, huge shout out to Gaming with Talent over on Twitter, my boy, and then Mai as well. And then you see in the bottom, STR Super Buu says you failed. So I'm leaving that there until I pull my own STR Super Buu. I think that me and Rhyme are gonna do some dual summons, so we'll see. But okay, so we're just in a position where this guy's literally dodging everything. This is a good setup for Bojack, though. If Bojack can hit, this is a really good setup. He doesn't have the item! Well, Bojack is in a really good position. Like, if Bojack hits here, It'll hit really hard. Like, I really actually want to see a stat right here. This is a really good rotation for Bojack. Also, by the way, like I said, literally max HP the whole time. Holy crap. By the way, Kid Buu's attack stats at 1.3 million. That's really, really good. That is really, really good for a support unit. That is really, really good. Like, I am really impressed by that. Of course, wow, 3.6? Bojack is out here getting powerful. Oh, man. Oh, hey, we finally hit him once. Oh, man. We're going to end it right after this because I do think that I've pretty much shown everything we need to see as far as that unit is concerned. So after this turn, I think that's pretty much it. Because I don't know how much longer this goes, and I don't really want to hold you guys because I don't have the timer for it. But we'll see what happens here. But all in all, though, like I said, Kid Buu's Extreme Z Awakening is very, very impressive. The passive support gain for all of the other allies on rotation is too massive. He's too powerful. Also, his own stat gain was incredibly high last turn and probably on a couple of other occasions as well that I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to, but I digress anyway. And here we have Frieza right now doing an insane amount of damage. This Frieza is really powerful at 2.2 million right now. This is a really, really good setup for him. And you see, like, this Frieza's at 2 million. You know, stuff like that. They get about there in that area. You know, they get about that area. So, anyways, we'll let him go through this last rotation. We'll see the attack stats one last time. All right, so it looks like he's not going to super with Kid Buu. So this is one thing Kid Buu can't fix, is the position where he doesn't have access to Ki, right? So he'll actually maybe get it. No, he won't. Okay, so if Kid Buu just doesn't have access to the Ki links, for example, like here, he just can't fix that. There's nothing you can do about that. But that's just a Kid Buu issue. Like, it sucks that he doesn't have at least shocking speed or something that would help him in other scenarios. It wouldn't be too helpful here, but in other scenarios, right? So Bojack's 12 Ki attack is at almost 2 million. And it does hit. So we actually do finish him off there. We didn't get to see the Majin Vegeta, but that's fine. Anyways, that's actually it. Hope you guys enjoyed. He's going to keep going, but I'm out. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch all of you in the next one.